Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the San Diego Padres taking on the Athletics. Well, Singy, all eyes are on this team's elite starting rotation. They're stringing together some quality outings.
Yeah, every starter is stepping up right now, Boog, going deep into games, and most importantly, keeping their bullpen fresh. Buckle up, because it doesn't appear that they're cooling off anytime soon.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. And pitching in this one for the A's, Osvaldo Bido. What do we have on him?
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub-350 ERA, and guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub-2s, they're dominating, but when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly.
And it gets by him. Around first and hustling for second, and he'll pull into second safely.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position, Arise will hit next. On the ground, right side, and that chance handled in plenty of time to first. One out in the top of the first. As we take a look at the Padres lineup, this is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Lede going back. Hits the fence. Run scores easily, and the Padres strike first. It's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. That one missed. Hit in the air, center field. Lede under it. 2 away.
Batting fifth, center fielder Jackson Merrill.
And now the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. There's a swing and a drive. Gone. He circles the bases. Third home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 3-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Base is empty with 2 away. Now it's going to be Jake Cronenworth. Missed with a changeup. Now 2 balls and a strike. That one laced to center and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Gavin Sheets.
Well, let's get a better feel for that rocket by diving into the numbers with StatCast. Singy, he didn't miss it.
No, clearly not. I mean, he launched that ball at 118 off the bat, and that's just ridiculous power. You know, very few guys can hit a ball as hard as he just did right there.
Here's Gavin Sheets now, left-hand bat. And that's outside.
Lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
2 outs. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now 3-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the hill here today, Randy Vasquez. How about a scouting report on him?
Yeah, ZRA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
In the air, right field. And that's a fair ball. Around first, digging for 2. Throws to second. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. So digging in, Max Schumann. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit out of the right center. Coming home. He will score.
Well done. Drives in the run. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Hit hard, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Lawrence Butler digs in now. Base hit. Headed for the plate. The throw in. And he's out.
Right there. He's out.
Well, they're trying to put the pressure on him right there, try to score from second base on that base hit. And I tell you what, really nice job by the defense. They got it in quick enough to cut him off at the plate. Nice job.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. And that one is lifted in the air. Tatis sizes this one up. Brings it in. And there are 2 outs.
Batting 6, center fielder.
And time now to check out the
JJ
A's lineup.
Bleday.
And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
And that one hammered. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
And boy, do they catch a break. Otherwise, you're looking at runners around the bases and probably a run that scores.
So 2 on with 2 away. Now here's Gio Urshela. And that one fouled off. And it remains 2-2. Base hit, 1 run in already. The throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. So they get 3 and draw even. 1 inning in the books here. All tied up at 3 apiece. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second, down the left fielder, Jason Hayward. Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff at the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious where adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though. That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Now batting, right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
So man aboard, 1 down, and it's Tatis at the plate. Tatis waits. And there's a foul ball. Tied up here in the early going. That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's pretty sick. Late cutting action to get the swing and miss right there. I mean, that's just really hard to account for as a hitter when you're seeing the fastball all the way and then just at the last moment it darts away from you and you can't reach it.
Luis Arraez stands in. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. Throw into third, and the throw's offline, safe at third. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Here comes Manny Machado. And a pitch. Bounced out to short. Wilson tosses to first. Machado out of the play. And that is the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Now to the bottom of the second. All tied up at 3 apiece. And we're back. Bottom half of inning number 2. And the batter now, Miguel Andujar. Grounds 1 to short. Over to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting ninth, first baseman Tyler Soderstrom.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. And a ground ball to first. Arraez. He steps on the bag. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Batting number 5.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jacob Wilson. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. So a man aboard. Here's the second baseman, Max Schumann. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That one back there. And it hits the base of the wall. Wilson around third. He'll score.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. So close to blasting that one out of here the other way, but well, that's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though. Let the ball get a little deep and drove it to the opposite field.
So a runner at third, 2 outs. Rooker now at the plate. On the ground right side, and that's just foul. And a swing and a miss. They limit the damage here. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the Athletics 4 and the Padres 3. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Xander Bogaerts.
Outside low, and a count 2-1.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Throws to first in time. 1 up, 1 down. Here's the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. 1 out, base is empty. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
And that one popped in the air, left field. On Duhar. Nabs it, 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Now here's Jake Cronenworth. Now a fly ball to right center. Butler on the move to the gap. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Nothing doing for the offense that time. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Athletics 4 and the Padres 3. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
Line drive, caught.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Hard hit left side. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. The 1-1 is fouled off. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Arise takes it to the bag. The A's go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors. On to inning number 4. It's the Athletics 4 and the Padres 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Now it's the DH, Gavin Sheets. That one the other way. Hauls it in for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Ground ball up the middle. Jump throw across his body. Nicely done for the out.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball. And then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Here's Elias Diaz. Not even close there. And it's 2-1. A's leading by a run.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for hit.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Didn't quite have enough. And we're back. Here's the third baseman, Gio Urshela. Vasquez ready to fire now. Fouled off. He was late.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Now batting, left fielder.
Here's Miguel Andujar. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle. So I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Back to the top of the lineup, Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Max Schumann, the next to hit. Urshela on second. Wilson on at first with 2 down. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The other way. To second, there's Bogarts. That's out number 3. A's strand a couple, and it remains a 4-3 game. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Tatis Jr.
And a foul ball. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Bleday calls it in, and there's one away. Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the A's bullpen. Osvaldo Bido will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. New pitcher on now, Justin Sterner.
Number 60.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Next offering way off the plate. Lined into left center, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Here's Machado.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. Runner holds. Count goes to 2-1. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Brings it in. 2 away now. And here is Xander Bogaerts.
Xander Bogaerts.
Bogaerts with some impressive production lately. 2 outs. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, and that'll do it. 1 left for San Diego. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Bottom of the inning. Stepping in the long ball threat, Brent Rooker.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
Cut on and miss. Curveball struck him out.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Yeah, the batter now, Lawrence Butler. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Hayward makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Now batting, the catcher.
Shea Langoliers getting ready to hit. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And that extends the inning.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Line drive. Squeezes it, and that's the inning. The A's strand 1, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Next for the Padres, Jackson Merrill. And it was a homer back in the 1st inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast. His fans were just still getting into their seats here at the ballpark. So if you showed up late to this one, you missed out on a big moment early on.
The A's bullpen has some movement. Jose Leclerc up and throwing. Ferguson getting loose as well. And a curve is down and in.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The next offering misses, and it's 3-2.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Short hop liner handled it short. Fires across the diamond. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Now it's the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. Lifted in the air, right center field. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Gavin Sheets, the next up for the Padres. The Padres trailing by a run, and we're in the top half of the 6th. In the air to left center on Duhar. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. 3 up, 3 down that time. 7, 8, 9 due up in the home half of the inning. It's the Athletics 4 and the Padres 3. And welcum back to the ballpark. John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Gio Urshela. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Randy Vasquez departs, and it wasn't his best start, but he kept them in it to this point, and will come back with a new arm. Out of the bullpen for the Padres, Ryan Hoeing.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Swing and a hard hit grounder to third, and it stays fair.
Now batting, left fielder, Miguel.
Here's the left fielder, Miguel Andujar. Nobody out, runner at first. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Couldn't catch up to the heater. And here's the first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom.
Tyler Soderstrom.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. Urshela leads off first with 1 away. Bounce to the right side. Whips it to first on the run. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Now batting,
And now the shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
Line drive, base hit. 1 runs in. Fires to the plate, but it's offline. He will score. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in. I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
First and second, 1 out. Now the A's, Bogarts on to Cronenworth.
Yes, you're out.
Over to first, safe.
He's safe.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Lawrence Butler digs in now. The A's looking to add another. That's down and in. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So 2 runs on 3 hits, an error, but 2 are left stranded. 7th inning coming up. It's the A's 6 and the Padres 3.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Jose Leclerc. Here's Jason Hayward. Here's a 1-1. Cut on and lifted in the air. Wilson makes the catch for the out. 1 down.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Here's a 1-1, and that's outside.
That's a ball.
Swung on, belted. That's back there. And it's gone. He made him pay for that one. His first homer of the year, and they close the gap. It's 6-4.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So with 1 down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Pretty well struck. Back there. Grabs it right up against the wall. Luis Arias, the next up for the Padres. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a ground ball. Gets it to first, and that is that. Padres draw closer on the long ball. It's a 2-run lead now at 6-4. And we're back. And now it's going to be Shea Langoliers.
Catcher Shea Langoliers.
Got him looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. This is J.J. Bleday.
The center fielder, J.J. Bleday.
And the Padres manager making his way towards the mound as he will make the move. So the Padres with a new arm on the mound, Yuki Matsui. He's into the game with the bases empty. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And that is downstairs. And that's ball 2. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings and misses. And there's 2 away.
Up next.
2 down, base is empty. Gio Urshela steps in.
Gio Urshela.
Lace to right center, base hit. And that keeps the inning going. So up next, Miguel Andujar. Up the middle, and that squirts through. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. A's strand a couple. They still lead it, though, 6-4. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tyler Ferguson.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves.
24.
Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Andujar makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, shortstop.
And here
Xander
comes
Bogaerts.
Xander Bogaerts. The A's leading by 2, and we're in the top of the 8th. On the ground to the left, and foul ball.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Movement in the bullpen. Mason Miller, the closer, is getting loose. Struck him out looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
That's ripped. Base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Now batting, second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Stepping in for San Diego, Jake Cronenworth.
2-2 the count.
This one in the dirt. That just misses. 3-2 now.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And that one in the air, center field. Bleday. And that is that. Padres leave one. They trail it here 6-4. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Shortstop, number 5.
Swing and a line drive, and that one's a base hit out of the left center field. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got his second double of the game.
He was all over that one. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything, and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Next up for the A's, Max Schumann. In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball's gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Brent Rooker now at the plate. And the Padres manager making his way towards the mound as he will make the move. Adrian Morejon taking over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got it.
This one smoked. Could be trouble. One run is in. Coming home. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Lawrence Butler up next for the A's. Misses the zone and he gets him to chase.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This to third, handled by Machado. Zips it to first. 1 gone to the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting,
Shea Langoliers will hit next. That one to first, sneaks through, base hit. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. The tag out.
On the tag.
Now batting.
Well, clearly being aggressive on the bases right there, trying to add on to that big lead. Credit to the defense, though. Nice execution to cut him down at the plate. Man, it's good to see they're still out there trying to make plays for their pitcher.
So, man aboard, J.J. Bleday up next for the A's.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now no pitch is called,
That's a
and a
balk.
balk being signaled by Ed Drummond, the home plate umpire. Runner at second, 2 down. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fights it off, he'll see another. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. Last chance coming up for the Padres. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, T.J. McFarland.
Now pitching.
And they
for
felt
the
it was time to
Athletics.
bring on a left-handed reliever from
Number
the pen
48.
with the lefty hitter coming up.
TJ
I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing
That's a
teams did
ball.
that to me.
Action in the pen down there. Mitch Spence up and loosening in the pen. Perdomo also getting ready. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, left fielder Jason
Now
Hayward.
Jason Hayward. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Tosses to first. Now 1 gone in the 9th. And now it's Elias Diaz.
Catcher, Elias Diaz.
Out to short. Wilson. And they're down to their last out. And the batter
Now batting,
will be Fernando
right fielder,
Tatis
Fernando
Jr.
Tatis Jr.
Pitch misses there. Ball 2. That's hard hit on the line. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. The runner from third comes across as they get one back.
Well, that gets them a little closer in this one. Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ballgame.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. T.J. McFarland done for the day, and he leaves a runner at third. So we'll see how the next pitcher deals with that when we
Pitching
So
for
the closer
Athletics.
summoned from the bullpen,
Number
Mason
19.
Miller.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Next to hit, Luis Arias. They're down to their final strike.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Miller is just 1 strike away. Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Langoliers down to first with it. In-time ball game, and the strikeout ends it.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
And this one ends with the score 8-5. The A's are victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.